In today's video, we're going to check out the brand new AR glasses from RayNeo. These are the Air3S Pro, an updated version from the Air3S that we saw released not that long ago. But the main thing here is there's a few key features that come with the Pro model that make it even more of a compelling feature, especially if you're looking for AR glasses for your mobile device, for your PC, your mobile gaming, anything that has video over USB-C. This is going to make it better. This is TK, and these are the Air3S Pros from RayNeo. Let's check them out and see what makes them so special. Like and subscribe, and make sure you hit that bell icon so that you're always notified to whenever we have new videos for you on the channel. So in front of us we have the Air3S Pro. This is the latest edition from RayNeo, and as you notice here, there's some Olympic association there. And of course, this is obviously the glasses. They come in its own case, and of course there are the accessories. A little bit more information as far as you can see here, MWC showcased as well as IFA, and of course this is an image representing what the glasses are going to look like. Absolutely a very familiar look from RayNeo. As I mentioned to you guys, the first and foremost is we do have a nice case. Now, it's not a hard-shell case, but it's definitely protective because it actually works in a triangular configuration here, which makes it very nice and easy to customize. There's a nice little snap here on the top. You're greeted with the glasses right away, and of course you have a nice little connector here, or a little bit of a Velcro area to keep it so that the cable doesn't fall off. When you put them in, put everything together, configure it, close it, and then once you close it, it's pretty much straightforward, easy, and very simple, and very nice because for portability, these glasses need to be protected. We do have the box on the bottom of the actual case, a little bit more accessories in there. The glasses do come with a pair of actual nose pads. There's an additional pair in here, as well as also the inserts in case you do need to put the prescription in here, since depending on your eye prescription, you may need them. Personally, I don't. I'm actually farsighted, so they've been working very nicely for me. Of course, a few small books here just to give us some more information, but other than that, everything that you need is pretty much straight in the actual case. First and foremost, we'll talk about the actual unit itself. It weighs about 76 grams minus the actual nose pads that we have in here. The cable that we have in here is still a USB-C to USB-C cable. It's not a proprietary cable. Again, the case is very nice and definitely has enough protection in here to protect our glasses because it actually doesn't fold. There's a nice little hard shell on the side. Very simple and very easy, and I actually kind of like it. Fits great in my backpack, doesn't have any problems, and it protects the glasses. The cables that we have in here, one of them has the actual logo for the glasses, so you know that this is the one that goes directly into the actual glasses, and this one will connect to your peripheral. This could be a PC, this could be a gaming system, this could be the JoyDock, this could be the Pocket TV, your smartphone, anything that has video over USB-C and can recognize this as a display will be able to provide you power. This is, well, not power, but also just video as well. The biggest thing about this is, and what RayNeo is claiming, is over 1,000 devices compatibility. And in many ways, that's actually true if you consider the fact that there are so many PC different configurations, desktops, PCs, Mac, Linux, anything that supports video. And of course, when we start talking about smartphones, iOS, Android, just pretty straightforward, especially with the iOS version devices that have USB-C. This is not going to work, obviously, with Lightning without an adapter. Now, this is included and definitely very nice. It's a 3-foot long cable. When it comes down to the glasses themselves, it's pretty straightforward. We are still looking at micro OLED displays. There's two small 0.6-inch micro OLED displays. Let's go ahead and flip this over. It's a little bit hard to see, but that reflection that you're seeing at the bottom, those are the actual displays that actually hit the reflective material here for the glasses, and at that point become very much a forward experience. There's a proximity sensor positioned here just so that the actual unit knows that there's somebody wearing them, so that it turns off the display if you don't. On the right side, or basically on the left side temple here when you're wearing the glasses, we have the volume rocker. We have also the menu, or the on-display menu option that you can turn on and turn off. The two speakers that are positioned, we have the two outputs on the bottom here, as well as two outputs on the top, providing us the ability of actually having one additional option here for audio performance over the standard Air3S. The Air3S does not have spatial, and the Air3S Pros do. So we have 3 different options in here. We have standard, we have whisper mode, which is a lower audio volume version that allows you to have audio but not necessarily loud enough for somebody sitting next to you to hear you. And now we have spatial audio. On the right side, we have the brightness configuration of the toggle here. Now this gives you the ability of going up to 1200 nits for maximum brightness, and that's a compatibility over 650 nits when we got here with the Air3S. We're going to talk about those in a second. Also, this actually goes in basically configuration of 20 levels of incremental increase in there. So very nice, very straightforward. So other than that, you just need to know that the USB-C connection is on the right arm. If you're wearing the glasses, this will be the right arm. If you're looking at them, it's the left one. But the one with the brightness level, that's where the USB-C connection is. And again, standard USB-C. This is a high-quality USB-C cable for video performance. This is much better than your standard average USB-C cable. One thing I will also say though is we do have some adjustments in here on the arm. So you're actually able to kind of adjust it up and down to get the best fit for your face. We have RayNeo in here. The nose pads, as we saw, replaceable. There's a screw position at the bottom here to be able to change them. And of course, we have the ability of getting the experience in here by just wearing them and enjoying them. The front plate, unfortunately, is non-removable. We really now have two options from RayNeo. We have the standard Air3S, and of course, same thing, cable. The case here is a little different. This one is a hard shell case. I'm indifferent between the two. If I had to choose between the two, I feel like the new one looks a little bit better, more aesthetically pleasing. Not that there's anything wrong with the original case, but I feel like this one was more fitted and direct and very simple. And they hold pretty much about the same space if you kind of configure them next to each other. They're not very different, just different design. We also went away a little bit from the coloring in here, where we had the silver color option in here, as opposed to what we have here with the Air3S Pro. And it's a little bit more, I would say basically, just again, different color choices depending on what you're looking at. Same configuration, nose pad change area here. We have the button placement pretty much very similar in the area. And we're getting here, again, 650 nits as far as maximum brightness on the Air3S. The Air3S Pro goes all the way up to 1200, again, with 20 different adjustment levels. So we talked about the 3 different audio modes. We have the standard mode, we have whisper mode, and spatial audio. Spatial audio feels almost like you're in an auditorium, where the audio is coming in more of a more fuller, more surrounding type of an experience. It's definitely something that you can appreciate maybe for concert experiences if you're watching something like that, or live music. When it comes down to the refresh rate, both the 3S and the 3S Pro support 60 Hertz and 120 Hertz. By default, they're set to be at 160 Hertz. By going in, pressing the button here on the menu option, it takes you into the on-display menu. Changing it to 120 takes just 2 seconds. Once you have that activated, it's straightforward. And again, you are able to customize it to watch 3D content as well. So it's not just standard 2D, but also 3D as well. The vision boost, when it comes down to basically color and options of vision here, we actually have 6 different types of color options on the Air3S Pro, as opposed to just 3 that we have on the standard one. Here we have vision boost on and off, that's one mode. Then we have standard, we have pro, we have movie mode, game mode, and have eye protection. Movie mode, pro, standard, all of the different options in here, all customized directly within that button that we have in here. Pressing it, turning it on, you'll get the options on display. You can cycle through them and select it. And when you're done, press and hold the button again, and that turns off the actual on display menu, and you can just enjoy the content right away. Now, I have tested this with almost everything that I have, and I'm talking about my desktop PC, I'm talking about my Mac, I'm talking about my Steam Deck, I'm also talking about my Nintendo Switch. But I want to talk to you guys about some of their accessories that they have that make this system so much more functional. Now, RayNeo has 2 accessories, or 2 primary accessories that are available on the market right now. The first one is the Pocket TV. This is basically Android TV in your pocket that runs, and it has a built-in battery to be able to power the glasses. So you can charge the battery, and of course from there connect them directly to the glasses. And as long as you have a wireless internet connection, as well as the ability of actually running things off of a micro SD card, you can actually basically stream, use content. You have YouTube access here, Prime Video, of course the launch option, using the assistant here with the microphone, power it on, and then of course we have the power level here when you're using it to tell you how much battery you have. A D-pad configuration to give you access to be able to customize it, and of course enjoy content on this. It's really nice, it's small, it's portable, it's great in the sense that it has a built-in battery to power the glasses, also has the ability of supporting micro SD cards. That gives you the ability of actually adding content on here, so local content, you don't always have to be connected to the internet, as well as the ability of having a volume rocker positioned right on there. So definitely very nice, the Pocket TV from RayNeo. The second accessory is what makes this compatible with the Nintendo Switch, as well as the Nintendo Switch 2. Now, this is the same one that came out with the original option that supported the OLED as well as the standard version of the Nintendo Switch. With a software update that's available through RayNeo, you're able to update this to be able to be compatible with the Nintendo Switch 2. The Nintendo Switch 2 works absolutely fantastic, really, really nice. The only thing is the casing or the holding mechanism that comes with the JoyDock does not fit the Nintendo Switch 2. So for me, for the most part, I've been basically connecting it at the bottom here, setting it on the table, expanding the actual leg on here, connecting it to the bottom right here. And then from there on, you actually now have the configuration. When you're playing games, you do definitely need to disconnect these two. The JoyDocks or the Joy-Cons have to be disconnected, as it won't work. Of course, we go in there, unlock. And then from there, connect your actual glasses directly to the JoyDock at the bottom. From there, connect the glasses directly to the cable themselves. And as soon as you put them on, you'll notice that the display turns off, and now the display is actually playing directly on your glasses. And again, this is simulating at a 201-inch display at up to 6 meters distance. So it's very, very nice, and it gets very bright. And the sound is absolutely fantastic, because now you're listening to it directly on your personal speaker system built into the glasses. With systems like this that have a USB-C connection, this is like a Steam Deck configuration. The only thing you need to do do here is connect directly into the top USB-C connector. Give it a second. Once you have it connected, the display on the unit itself stops. The audio and the video now become directly broadcasted into the glasses themselves. You can definitely see the representation here. Now I am looking at not the reflection directly that we see here that's positioned at the bottom, but you can definitely see the beautiful experience. Again, we're simulating at a 201-inch display at up to 6 meters away. You can use this on an airplane, you can use this in a car, anywhere you want, and you'll get that beautiful experience. And of course, getting access to the gaming experience directly from a Steam Deck on the go without any problems. We talked about the systems that I was able to use. Again, with the Steam Deck, it's pretty much a straightforward experience. You plug it in, you're using it in there. The display on the actual unit turns off and it becomes a very nice experience because what you're getting there is essentially a power savings from not having to use the display. And the brand new one from Lenovo, I love the fact that it has 2 USB-C ports on the top, which means I can actually charge it and use it at the same time and not have to worry about power. The power is coming directly from the unit itself onto the glasses, and it works pretty much straightforward. Again, you can download and run PC games. You can even run Steam Link and run games from your desktop or on the actual unit itself. With GeForce Now, run desktop type applications directly like Fortnite and so on your Steam Deck or on this Lenovo, the system here. It works absolutely great. Now, switching it over to the Nintendo Switch, again, the JoyDock is required for the Nintendo Switch, Switch OLED, as well as Switch 2. The software update is required for the JoyDock, the existing model that's around. My hope, obviously, is that we'll see an updated version in the future that provide us a direct mount configuration for the Switch 2, where the current version does not. So, again, for the most part, because you're not holding the Switch when you're using it with the glasses, you do need to position it down. I basically, as you saw there, I've been basically opening up the kickstand and putting it down and playing games there. Of course, I've been playing obviously Dragon Ball and of course a lot of different games. All my Switch library works really good. Small, portable, functional, and the JoyDock charges my Nintendo Switch, which means the battery will last us even longer. Very, very nice. The next one I really like about this is the ability of actually using this with my Mac. Now this works in a couple of different ways for me. Because my Mac is my production studio, the system that I use to edit video when I'm traveling, I need something to help me with having a larger display than just the 16-inch display that I have in there. Now, obviously, my best setup is always going to be at home, but having something like this with me on the go makes this very functional. I connect the glasses, use this as my clean feed directly into the glasses, and now my entire editing rig becomes a portable studio on the go. Very nice and very straightforward. Now, obviously, if I want to be able to play a game like Cyberpunk 2077, this is going to work really nice because it gives you the ability of actually running this on the actual glasses, and you're getting a much bigger display, again, than the 16-inch. Nothing's wrong with it. But if you're on the go and you want to be able to get the best experience, these AR glasses now are such a compelling option. And of course, between the Air3S and the Air3S Pro, you're getting a lot of different options in there. And again, audio goes directly to the speakers that we have in here. The spatial audio that we get there, if you want to turn that on, absolutely fantastic, works really good. They're saying over 1,000 devices compatibility, and I don't doubt them at all. The next one I want to talk about is obviously going to be mobile gaming or mobile connection. There's a couple of things there that I want to mention. First and foremost, I've been using it with brand new here. This is the Honor V5. This is a foldable smartphone. We also have the Samsung Z Fold 7 that just came out as well. Both of them are foldable smartphones that offer us a large display. So outside display, standard smartphone. Inside display, mini tablet. Take that to the next level with the USB-C connection here, and now we obviously have a 201-inch display version of whatever we're watching. So if you want to watch Netflix, you want to be able to watch content directly off your smartphone, this is going to work great. But where this becomes more productivity focused, which is really the functional option that I love, pair a Bluetooth keyboard and a Bluetooth mouse directly onto your smartphone and launch the desktop experience. Now, Honor has their desktop experience that is built in directly within Magic OS, and of course, Samsung has DeX. Both of those options allow us to have a desktop-like experience on our mobile device and now on our glasses. You can use the smartphone for the touchpad if you want to just do the kind of like the easy way, but for true productivity to the next level, pair a mouse and of course a keyboard to it, and now you have a portable laptop from your smartphone to your glasses on the go. Kick-ass functional option that no other device can do for you, because these things will fit with you and you can travel with them wherever you want to go, and your smartphone's always in your pocket. So if you love foldables or even you love desktop experiences, you're using, let's say, the S series or just the standard Magic 6 or the Magic 7 from Honor, and of course the S25 series or earlier generations, they all support video output. So it makes this a very compelling system for you to be able to play, use, and enjoy on the go. To sum up the entire experience, what do we have? RayNeo has two options, the RayNeo Air3S and the Air3S Pro. Slightly different price points, slightly different experiences when it comes to customizations, a higher brightness level, more functional options for video, as well as audio. But at the core experience, they're both using very similar hardware in a way about the same. But the experience, again, gets augmented and taken to the next level with the Pro if you want to get those functional options. The additional vision options, the vision boost, the Pro, the ability of having eye protection, as well as some of the other options, and as well as the audio here with having spatial functionality. I think you get a very good customization there. Replaceable nose pads, a little bit of, glasses there if you need to have the insert. It's going to work really, really good. And at the end of the day, you're going to have the option between the two to pick the one that fits the best for you. There is going to be some early pricing on this. I don't have the specifics for you guys, but make sure to check out the links in the description below. I do want to say thank you very much to RayNeo for allowing me to play around with the RayNeo Air3S Pro as well as the Air3S, because I've had those for much longer and I've had the experience with them and I've enjoyed them quite a bit. Higher brightness, audio levels really good. The ability of jumping in with the on-display configuration is very straightforward. Also, just for point of reference, there is an app for your smartphone. That's how you'll be able to update the software on the glasses. It also kind of plays as a media playback currently from your existing library on your smartphone for 3D and 2D content. Very nice, very straightforward. But at the end of the day, a lot of options, 6 different color options, 3 audio options, and of course, a lot of other experiences. And up to, well, I'm not going to say up to, almost any device that supports video output over USB-C can benefit from having a pair of AR glasses like the RayNeo Air3S and the Air3S Pro. I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much for the support. Like and subscribe as usual. And of course, be safe. Bye-bye for now.